And we're back on Smells Like 90s Rock and continuing to watch the just absolute teardown of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, courtesy of Red Light District?
Red Letter Media.
Red Letter Media. I think Red Light District's something dirty, isn't it? Not?
Yeah, that's in Amsterdam.
Yes, it is.
That's where all the whores are.
That's right. So that pops into my head. That's nice.
You've obviously never seen whores, have you?
I've not. I'm going to have to write this down because I've already forgotten. Who is it again? Red Light Media?
Red Letter.
Media. Media. For God's sakes. Okay, there we go. I think we got it now.
You ever been to Europe, Todd?
I have not. I took out 3 sheets. Look at that.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, look at that. No, I've never been to Europe.
No, I haven't either. I just thought I'd bring it up since you mentioned the red light district. Is that another part of our lives that sucks that we've never been to
well, no,
Europe?
I'm sure there's a lot of people that have not been to Europe. John Patrick's not one of them, but I'm sure there's a lot of people.
He's been to Ireland. They don't count.
Well, he kind of visited that whole area though.
What, the UK? They're basically the same as us. They don't count.
What is your definition of Europe then?
Continental Europe, where somebody speaks a language that isn't English.
So Spain, I guess?
Spain, France, Belgium, the
Europe,
Netherlands.
Belgium, Italy.
Italy, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, you know. So if you are so exhausting. So if that means if I went to the UK, spent thousands of dollars to go to the UK, visited it, and then came back and said, I went to Europe, you'd say I did not visit Europe.
Yeah, I would say that didn't qualify.
I mean, you can't even afford to go to Europe, and you're going to sit there
I can't afford to go to Europe
and judge people and tell them and said they didn't go to Europe just because they went to England.
I'm a very bitter person.
England or Ireland. Clearly, maybe if you weren't so bitter. See,
it's been a hard year or so.
No, 2015 was a sucky year. That anybody would.
Yes, it was. I turned 25.
Well, yeah.
You know how old that is? It's 25.
1 year younger than me, so don't feel so bad.
I'm aging, Todd. I can feel it.
Well, I'm aging too. I know I have a couple of gray hairs in my beard, so you know.
Where?
Oh, there's one right here. You can't really.
You can't really see it because it's not there.
No, it's
I
there.
Don't see it.
It's hard to. I could point it to. I just need a mirror. I don't really know. Maybe it's on this side. I don't remember, but
I think I see.
There's some gray
a
hairs
glimmer of a white hair on your 26-year-old face.
There's one that is blatantly white, and I shave it off, and it still comes back white. So I know it's.
Stop growing a beard, Todd.
No,
get rid of it.
Wow, you have a beard.
Well, I don't like mine. I've been meaning to shave mine.
Well,
I always look gross with a beard.
I like a beard. I have too much face, and so that's. I do. I have way too much face. That's why I cover it up with a beard. I feel better with a beard on.
Okay.
I like my beard, so that's why I keep mine.
Should we divulge the details of the idea of our next specialty show?
That's right. Yes, our next special, which is supposed to be next week.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I thought
I sent over a majority of the playlist.
You did. So yeah, we agreed that it was going to be next week, right?
Yes, it's going to be an all covers rendition.
It's going to be a cover. I've not thought up a title yet for it, but exactly. It's going to be a covers show. It's going to be.
We could literally just call it. Hey, how about sounds like 90s rock?
There you go. Sounds like 90s. Well, there you go.
That?
We just thought of it. Let's say he thought of it.
Yeah.
Sounds like 90s rock. I love that. And then,
not all of it though. Not all, because it's going to be strictly covers, bands covering songs that they did not write originally.
Yes.
And it'll be contemporary artists covering 90s music.
That's right.
And 90s artists covering music that was written before the 90s decade.
So, well, now you're going to confuse me. So, it's artists covering 90s music, right?
Yeah,
like today's artists covering 90s music and 90s bands covering music from the past?
that's strictly because I can't find enough bands.
No, that's fine. That's interesting.
Because I can't find enough contemporary. I would have liked to have had like nothing but relevant contemporary artists covering 90s music.
Makes total sense. I'm with you on that.
I would like to do something like that, but I can't find enough. I can't find enough people covering 90s music that are relevant today.
No, that makes total sense. But yeah, this makes sure I understand this. That's what the special's about. Is it's going to be contemporary artists covering 90s music and 90s bands covering music from before the 90s,
Yes.
right? Okay, then that's good. That's interesting. That's actually really interesting, and so that's why you should tune in next week for Sounds Like 90s Rock.
Yeah, sounds like 90s
Sounds
rock.
like 90s Rock. I love it. That's going to be a lot of fun. So that's the next special.
It's, I don't know, I just...
Red Letter Media.
Yes. I'm just saying, I wish more people would cover 90s music.
I know.
It makes it fun.
It does. I don't know why. There's
I
just
mean,
not enough out there.
Like, I looked up No Doubt, their famous song, Don't Speak.
Yeah.
And I expected a lot of people to have covered it. And the most prominent group of people that's covered is the cast of Glee.
No.
And that was very disappointing
We
to
will
see
not.
that.
I will not allow Glee on this show. I'm sorry.
I was like, really? Like, Little Dragon hasn't covered it? Nobody? Really?
Nobody. Not a soul has covered this song. But that's all right. We got a minute here.
Oh, yeah, we do. We have 10, 11 seconds.
We do.
Approximately 11 seconds before the hour rolls over.
Before the hour rolls over. Well, we'll do the idea. We'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more before we go back to the music. But we'll do this. Stand by. This Smells Like 90s Rock.
Welcome to the Rock.
WUTK-FM, Knoxville, Tennessee. You're listening to Knoxville's home for classic alternative hits and Smells Like 90s Rock. Volunteer Radio 90.3 The Rock.
There you go. All right, so now we're in the 1 o'clock hour. I said we were going to complain a little bit about the snow that did
the
not
snowpocalypse?
that did not happen last week.
I mean, it happened, but there was nothing special about it.
No, it was ridiculous. It was horrible. I mean,
let's see.
it was just
I was out for
irritating.
it in an hour.
Yeah.
For an hour. See, I went. I got gas. Then I went to Kroger and got a few groceries. I bought bread, the most cliche thing you could buy in a snowstorm.
Yeah,
And
that's silly. Yeah.
I was, let's see, I got all my groceries in my car, and I was sitting in the car. I was like,
Freaking
hey, I should
peanut
order a pizza. So I ordered a pizza. They're like, it's going to be about 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'll just sit in my car for about 10 minutes because there's no danger.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
well, see, there was enough danger for me to say, okay, we shouldn't come in because I went out about 10 o'clock to get something to eat. And
you slid.
I did. I came to a stoplight, and I slid, kept going, and that's like, okay, yeah, I'm not driving in that because I don't
Gear
have.
down, Todd.
I don't have.
That's the trick.
Well, no, I don't have great tires. Is what it is.
I don't either.
I have one good tire, and the other ones don't have any tread. So it's like
Mine are all used.
I got four. Well, mine's
Most of mine are used.
mine, but they're just dead. And I got 4-wheel drive, but I mean there was no snow to go through for it, and it doesn't matter against ice. So I was just like, I don't want to fight it. So I said, this is not come in. Everything was covered. But yeah, then I woke up the next day. Nothing had happened. Nothing in Knoxville.
Yeah, nothing really. I think it was worse the day before, and that's when
It was worse on Wednesday.
Yeah, when we had like no warning.
Yeah,
about
exactly.
snow, and
Exactly.
I still had to go into work.
I did too.
I couldn't get down the hill, and they're like, "Hey, we can have somebody pick you up." I'm like, "Okay, I'll just walk down."
Unbelievable.
Yep,
No,
I walked down, and somebody picked me up, and then they gave me a ride back.
I
so.
kept asking my boss, "It's like, are you sure this event is still on today? That I need to go sliding out in the snow?" They're like, "Yeah." So So it was out in Maryville, and I got there.
Working for the man every night and day.
It took a while to get out there, but it was no big deal. But it took me an hour, almost 2 hours, to get back from Alcoa to the radio station, because it was snowing so much and so much ice, and there were parts of Alcoa Highway closed, so I had to go take the back way. It's Pellissippi Parkway.
You had to take the back way.
It is.
Which sounds infinitely more dangerous than a
It does,
snowstorm.
yeah. Well, it's actually safer because it's the interstate, so it's more cleared off. But
That's not the back way.
From Alcoa, it is, because Alcoa Highway obviously is one big road. It takes you
Right.
from Knoxville to Maryville,
Right.
but you can take an exit and go around Knoxville, come in the other way, the back way,
Oh,
on
okay.
Pellissippi Parkway.
What
And
is it?
You're heading east at that point. instead of
Okay,
west.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's I think it's a bit longer, but when it was that day, it's like I said, it took me almost 2 hours to get back to the station. But yeah, that was the worst. And then I watched an 18-wheeler almost turn over. That was fun.
That doesn't sound fun at all. That
No,
sounds like some deaths.
No, and it
that
was
you could have
no,
very well witnessed.
And that was on the road that the station's on. These people kept trying to come up because we're on Amherst Road. For anybody who knows, not this station, but The other one I work for is on Amherst Road. If anybody knows where Amherst is, you know that is just one giant hill. And when it snows, that is a mother to try to drive up. When I was getting ready to leave, and I looked out the window, and I saw a pickup truck had now swung over. His back was in his lane. His front was in oncoming traffic, sliding up the hill. And I was like, of the road. So I was like, okay, I'll wait another 10 or 15 minutes. I come back 20 minutes later. The 18-wheeler was now trying to get up over that hump, and its back wheels wouldn't do it. And eventually somebody from one of the businesses over there just said, you're just going to have to go back down the hill. So I watched an 18-wheeler back all the way back down Amherst Road to get back on Middlebrook Pike. It was a sight.
What are you going to do?
Finally, I was able to squeal out of there and slide home, but that was the rough day.
I had to walk to a Dunkin' Donuts to be picked up. That was my day.
I can't believe they still made you come in. That's ridiculous.
I mean, it was me and 2 other people running the entire kitchen because so many people called in.
Jesus, unbelievable.
And probably 5 servers on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't really that hard of a day, but I was just like, really? Why are we open? Why are we open?
Yeah, I mean, why? Exactly. That was my question.
It's kind of dangerous out there. Why can't we just close?
Why is stuff happening at all? Nothing should be happening on this horrible day. It was the last Wednesday. It was.
I think so.
But now, it's going to be 60 tomorrow, 61, and then on Tuesday, 70 degrees here in Knoxville.
Not bad. Not bad.
I don't get it.
I don't understand weather.
I don't. Weather sucks. That's why
weather does suck.
That's why I didn't want to be a meteorologist.